Hey guys, and welcome to YouTube Pro Cycling Team episode 2. I am so pumped to get started with this series, and I hope you are too. If you're not sure what this is all about, go back and look at the introduction episodes that I did alongside Benji Naesen and Blackwar. We introduced the series there, so make sure you've gone and watched that first. And firstly, before we jump into today's episodes, I want to say welcome to my channel if you're new. I'm Joe, and alongside this series, I currently have a series called Freelander, where I am in the process of trying to win Mikel Landa his first Grand Tour. But anyhow, coming back to this, obviously the first episode was on Benji's channel. Make sure you've checked that out before going ahead with this episode. In that one, he really introduced the season and did the Australian National Championships. But looking at today's episodes, we will be staying in Australia for, of course, the first World Tour race of the season, the Santos Tour Down Under. So without further ado, let's take a look at the race ahead today. So the Santos Tour Down Under, 6 stages lie ahead of us. Let's take a quick look at them. You can see the first one is a flat one for the sprinters. There are some hills that shouldn't cause too many issues though. Same with stage 2, despite a false flat finish, I think definitely one for the sprinters. Stage 3, and although considered a flat stage, I would definitely say this is more hilly. Plenty of hills throughout the day that will probably drop many of the sprinters. Stage 4, you can see it is a hilly stage, the first properly classified hilly stage of the race. And we do have the corkscrew climb, of course, max of 12%. Big chance to attack for the GC favourites there before a downhill finish. The penultimate stage of the race, stage 5, and it's another flat one, probably the flattest of the race, definitely one for the sprinters. And then of course we end on stage 6 and 2 climbs up the famous Willunga Hill. So before jumping into stage 1 then guys, let's take a look at our team for the race. And obviously Benji set up the fitness for all of these riders, and to be fair, I think he's done me dirty a little bit. Not too many riders in good form. We've only got 3 above 90%, but we do have Ryan Gibbons as the main team leader. He was Blackwar's pick earlier on. He's a sprinter, fairly punchy as well, and this is his early season objective. Alongside Gibbons, we've got Benjamin Thomas, who will be his lead-out man in this one. I've brought Tobias Foss as he's in pretty good form. Kevin Genier is here. We've got Brandon Rivera, who will be more of a domestique. Stefan de Bod is here because obviously we have the South African national champs coming up, so I thought this would be a good build-up race for him. And then rounding out the team, we have one of my picks, Charles Planet. Here we are then guys, we're underway in Australia. And firstly, I want to say, look at this jersey. It looks so nice in game. You may notice Charles Planet already up the road in the breakaway. No surprise there. Why else would he be in the team? So joining Planet up the road in today's breakaway, we have Gabs Kulug, Harry Tamfield, the 2 Brits, along with Mikhail Reim, the Estonian from Israel. So really hoping we can pick up some points at this KOM and the sprints later on. And I do think it's a good idea to look at the start list. And as you see, this is absolutely stacked. I'm not going to read you all the names, but Sagan, Nibali, Pinot, unbelievable kind of quality of riders at the Tour Down Under. So thinking about that, we do need to think about our objectives for the race. Gibbons, our leader, it's going to be very difficult for him in the sprints. I think a top 5 on any stage would be good. A podium would be fantastic. Perhaps a stage win is unrealistic, but of course we'd love to do it. Apart from that, we'll look to pick up some points in the breakaways with Plan A. And in the GC, maybe Foss, de Bod or Genietz, unsure who will be the leader at this point. So 3.5k to go to the first KOM sprints, and only KOM sprint today. So I will come to the front here with Plan A. Let's try and get the jump on everyone else. We can go up to 99 now as they're coming past us. Reim, we can maybe follow his wheel, maybe Kulug, because Reim has gone well past us up the roads. These guys are all better sprinters than us, so it is going to be difficult to stay here. We'll do our best though. Into the final 500, maybe we can try and attack past these guys. Kulug looks done. I think we can come past him. Tamfield is done as well. Reim is done, and Charles Planet takes the points. He will wear the KOM jersey in stage 2. You love to see it. So we are just coming into the first intermediate sprint of the race. As I've mentioned, these guys are all better sprinters than Plan A. So I'm just going to sit on the back at the moment. 2.5k to go. I may try and get the jump on them with about 1.5k to go coming up very quickly. Do we have the acceleration to come past these guys? 1.4k to go. Let's go for it with Plan A. We've got the jump on them to the front of the race. Can we resist to the line? Yes, we can. Charles Plan A on absolutely stunning form to start this race. 5 points and I think 3 seconds in the GC. So something I haven't really mentioned today, but we do have 32 km/h winds at the moment. So it's going to be very, very important to make sure we keep our guys to the very front of the peloton. That is going to be difficult though with winds this strong, and that's going to make it very difficult for the breakaway, I believe. So again, we're just coming into the second intermediate sprint. Let's take position at the back of this group. I think we'll go for exactly the same tactic this time around. Go with kind of between 1 and 1.5k to go because they're leaving it quite late to sprints for the points. I'm going to swing to the right hand side of the roads. Maybe we've gone a bit early this time, but Plan A tries to come to the front. Can we resist again? It's going to be close. But oh my word, Plan A on unreal form. These guys are all better sprinters on paper. 72 sprints, 70 and 67. But Charles Plan A showing his true colours today. Okay then guys, 17k to go in this stage. You can see Raymond Tanfield have got the jump on us. I'm just going to sit in now with Plan A. I think we'll let ourselves get caught by the peloton. Great job by Charles Plan A today. Let's come to the front with Brandon Rivera. We've got a 4-man train set up. Let's see what we can do in this sprint. So we have less than 10k to go in the stage. Harry Tanfield has 30 seconds on the fast chasing peloton. I don't think he's going to have it in him to hold on though. He looks very, very tired. As you see, we're in a very good position. I've got De Bod and Foss just following various riders, trying to make sure they stay in a good position. I can use Gibbons Energy Gel now with 5.5k to go. Richese coming to the front for UAE. I'm not sure who they've got. I think they've got Philipson in the sprints. Yes, there he is. Rivera can now go up to 99. 4.5k to go. We're in a very good position, it must be said, alongside Lotto Sudal. 3.5k to go. Time for Genier to go up to 99. Rivera is now done. I can maybe sprint with 2.5k to go with Genier. Tomat is getting blocked in. I'm going to try and sprint with him past these guys. Gibbons is going to struggle to hold his wheel, it would seem. Into the final kilometre, let's go with Ryan Gibbons. We're not going to be able to challenge for the win. We get blocked slightly, and I think it will be Caleb Ewan just taking the victory ahead of Jakobsen. Very, very close. Gibbons with a very solid 6th position. So that was a very enjoyable first World Tour race as a team. We get a top 10, top 6 with Ryan Gibbons. And look at the guys ahead of us. Ewan, Jakobsen, Ackermann, Tunison and Gaviria. All world-class sprinters. Gibbons doing very well to stay towards the front. I do think we were blocked very slightly towards the end, which did hamper us. If we take a look at the GC, Charles Plan A in 3rd place. You love to see it. He also is 6th in the points classification and of course holds the KOM jersey. Moving on to stage 2 then guys, you can see another sprinters stage today it would seem, although we do have more KOM points available, more intermediate sprints, and we do have a false flat finish, and that could suit the more punchy riders. The likes of Sagan, Van Aert and Van Avermaet are the 3 favourites today. So here we are then, underway for stage 2. Plan A of course going in the breakaway again, joining Hager, trying to get some more points at that KOM. You can see he's got the KOM jersey on at the moment, looking very, very good. I've also consulted the technical experts in the series, Benji and Blackwars, and you can see that Gibbons' national jersey is now fixed, looking much better now. So here you see today's breakaway up the road. We've got Hager, Hugo Hall, Plan A, Hollenstein, Caden Groves and Michael Hepburn. We do have Cherney trying to join us and he will do so. 3 minutes back to the peloton. Here we go then, approaching today's only KOM sprints, and we do have much more competition than we had in yesterday's stage. Going to try and come to the front if we can, maybe up this 290 as attacks start to take place. Not quite sure who to follow. We'll follow Cherney in the end. He's the man who comes to the front. He's a much stronger rider than Plan A though. You can see really, really struggling to stay in his wheel. Let's just try and grind it out. 99 to the line. Hepburn and Groves are coming. And we may be able to get second place here because these guys are sat behind Hollenstein. Hepburn tries to come past, he's unable to. Cherney takes them with ease, but a very, very strong second place for Plan A, 16 points now. So you can see we're coming into the intermediate sprints. I think we'll go now with 1k to go with Plan A. Haga goes late and we're coming to the front. And Charles Plan A, again, the best sprinter in the breakaway. And we're tied for the lead of the points classification now. So it's been a very tough day so far for the breakaway. Cherney struggling. Hepburn looks to be struggling as well. Plan A doesn't have too much left either. This is a downhill sprint, so we could potentially try and get the jump on these guys, maybe going from 1.5k out. Haga comes to the front. Cherney's here as well. Let's jump to his wheel. I think we'll go with 1.5k to go, or slightly less. Here you go. Plan A coming to the right-hand side. Let's try and take all of these points if we can. And you know what? I think we might do it. Oh my word, that was close. But I think we did it. Yes, we did. As you see, 20 points now into the provisional lead of this classification. And as you see, the breakaway is coming apart. Groves has been dropped. Haga has now been dropped. That is a surprise. Just Plan A, Cherney and Hepburn up the road. So Plan A and the rest of the breakaway have been caught now. You can see still 33k to go in this stage. Plan A can just rest up in this main peloton. We'll put him up to 80 as he's now recovered. But anyhow, I think we've taken all 4 intermediate sprints with Plan A. And that does put us in the virtual leader's jersey of the race, if I'm not mistaken. And if we look at the GC, I believe if Ewan, Jakobsen and Ackermann don't finish on the podium, we can expect to go into the GC lead with Plan A at the end of this stage. Here we go then, guys, into the final 10k of the stage. I've got a 5-man train set up. Rivera is going to drop off Genier, Thomas and Gibbons, who will sprint for victory if we can. I've got Plan A sat on his wheel just to try and make sure he stays towards the front and doesn't get dropped. You can see he's struggling for energy after the breakaway effort so far today. But like I said, really hoping we can at least beat Ewan and the other guys. I think it was Ackermann. And maybe Plan A can go into the leader's jersey. Would love to see that take place. We can use our energy gels on Gibbons, Thomas and Genier now with 5k to go. So here we go. Rivera is going to drop these guys off at the front of the race. Great job by Rivera today. Genier can go up to 94. We don't want to go too early because of course it is a false flat today. I potentially have gone too early here. Let's go up to 95 now. 99, we can maybe grab Ackermann's wheel. No, we can't. He is going far too fast for us. Tomac can now go up to 99, but we're getting blocked in by our own rider. I don't think it's going to be a very good finish today. Maybe these guys went too early though. Can sprint with these guys. Plan A is done. Gibbons coming late, but I think it will be Gaviria. Tunisson's coming, and Mike Tunison takes the win today. Gaviria second, Jakobsen third, and Gibbons will fight back to a very strong 5th place. And I hope Plan A can stay with the front group here. Oh my word, guys, I can't quite believe it. Tunison takes the win, and it's a 38-second gap back to Genier, Plan A, and the rest of the main GC guys. That is pretty huge, to be fair. So a lot of sprinters have an advantage, but the likes of Michael Matthews and Peter Sagan basically a free 40 seconds. If we go and find Charles Plan A, 36 seconds down, we lost 38 in the stage. We would have been in the leader's jersey. Oh my word, I don't believe it. I can't quite believe this. I swear PCM never counts time gaps on the flat stages. But in this situation, oh my word, I didn't really see a gap there. And Plan A misses out on taking the leader's jersey. Saying that though, of course, a good result for Gibbons in 5th place today. And of course, Plan A keeps his KOM jersey. So there is some solace in that at least. So getting over the previous stage, we move on to stage 3 for another officially a flat stage. But to be fair, I think this is probably more hilly. I'm not sure if many of the sprinters will make it to the finish line in the front group. We'll see how it plays out on the road though. So getting this stage underway, you can see we have this very early sprint coming up. I would like to take some points with Plan A if possible. So maybe we can try and a little attack away, see if we can get away from the peloton. I'm not sure they'll want us going away. I think they'll want to try and challenge in this sprint with their main sprinters. And that does seem to be the case. We will try and hold on here with Plan A. I don't think we're going to be able to though. Let's go up to 90. try and hold it, but you can see Viviani's here. Naesen is now coming as well. Let's try and sprint. Viviani looks best placed to take first position. I think we can get second with Plan A, just holding on a few more bonus seconds and points in this competition. Let's try and continue riding away because I do want to go in the breakaway with Plan A here. So a big moment potentially for us because Rivera has gone down. Luckily he is able to continue though. Let's try and get back into this group as soon as possible. But less than 5k into the stage, we could have lost the rider considering how quick the pace is in the peloton. So luckily Rivera has just managed to get back in about 15k later. He's pretty much done now though. Let's try and take position a bit further up. Plan A has been unable to join today's breakaway, so he will just stay in this group along with our other riders. You can see Foss on a +3 day. He will probably be our man for the GC unless Gibbons can hold on to the line. So you can see Daryl Impey actually tried to join today's breakaway. The man who won this, I think, in 2019. You can see the guys in the breakaway. I don't think any of them have any KOM points at the moment. Ollie Naesen up the road, as well as Sepp Van Marker, so a strong group this time around. And it looks like Van Marker will cruise away from the rest of these guys. He'll take 10 points, Naesen will take 6, and then Battistella and Martinelli will pick up the final points. Okay, so as you see, it's been a very selective stage so far. The pace currently very, very fast on the front. We've got Foss, who's looking very good indeed. Gibbons clinging on, but Thomas is going out the back now, as you can see. Just 21 riders in the peloton. Let's do our best to stay here. So 17k to go, still 27 riders here. Schachmann doing an absolute job on the front for his Bora teammates. Let's try and keep our riders here. De Bod doing pretty well at the moment. I think some of these guys are coming back on, as you see. Oh my word, what a pace. Let's try and follow Sagan with De Bod, as Foss seems to get blocked off very weirdly there. Let's follow Phil Gilbert back to De Bod's wheel, and just 24 riders. I think Gibbons might struggle to get to the front group or to the line in the front group, but hopefully Foss can, because he is looking very, very good. So it's been a very weird stage. You can see the likes of Mollema, Iran, De Plus, Van Aert and Pinot have all been dropped here today, but Tobias Foss and Ryan Gibbons currently clinging on to the front group. Can we perhaps challenge for this one? I'm going to try and pace with Tobias Foss, or actually, let's just maintain position because Gibbons struggling to stay here. One final climb with 5k to go. If there are any attacks, we could be in trouble. And thinking of attacks, let's try one. Tobias Foss goes off the front, and oh my word, it looks very, very good. It looks very, very good. Could this be the moment? Oh my word, we've just dropped everyone. Gibbons try and get in Godou's wheel, or maybe Van Avermaet. That should be fine. But let's cut back to Tobias Foss. The Norwegian man is going to pick up the first win for the YouTube Pro Cycling team. 56 seconds clear. He can celebrate. What a result. Tobias Foss wins stage 3 of the Tour Down Under. Gibbons looks very good as well. He will finish in 4th place. What a stage here. My word, guys, this has just turned into a very special race for the team. You can see Gibbons 6th, 5th, then 4th, but the man of the moment, Tobias Foss, with a stunning attack on that final climb. You can see some big gaps from 25th and down. Lopez, Schachmann and Nibali did recover to finish in the front group, but Thibaut Pinot was dropped. Iran was dropped 3 minutes down. What a stage today. So Tobias Foss, of course, now goes into the Oka jersey. Just 4 seconds, but these guys, I'm sure they won't be able to hang it on Willunga Hill. We've got Gibbons in 3rd in the sprint competition. Plan A, of course, still leading the mountain classification. Foss also leads the young riders, and we are 3rd in the team classification. So guys, can we do it? The rest of the race has to be focused on getting Tobias Foss to the line on Willunga Hill in the Oka jersey. That would be pretty special. I can't believe we're in this position here. Onwards we go then to stage 4, and it is the biggest climb of the race so far, with the Corkscrew Road, of course. Max of 12%, a really, really tough climb. Then we do have that downhill finish though. Peter Sagan is the favourite. That is assuming he can get over that final climb. But of course, Tobias Foss needs to be in fantastic form to try and make sure he stays in that front group. So Tobias Foss, we get our first look at the man in the leader jersey, looking so nice. Charles Planet, mate, you have to stay in the peloton today. All our focus is going to Tobias Foss from now on. You know what? He just can't help himself, can he? He just has to do it. Every single stage, this man has to be in the breakaway. So Planet is in the breakaway at the moment, but we have Impey, Battistella and Bauke Mollema up the road, who has almost just ridden Planet off his wheel. Mollema 3 minutes down. We do need to be careful of this man, of course. Very dangerous rider. Smith, potentially dangerous. We've got Kreuziger. He's 5 minutes down. These guys aren't particularly dangerous. And that is the current state of the breakaway. So I think 10 riders will form this group. Now approaching the first intermediate sprint of the day. Just 3k to go for Planet. It's actually slightly uphill. Not quite sure what I make of him disobeying the team orders, going in the breakaway rather than riding for Tobias Foss. Anyhow, let's come to the front of this group, try and get the jump on these guys again. It's a strong attack by Planet. Can we try and take this sprint? Tamfield is going for it as well. Planet is going to try and go for it. It's going to be close, but I think we're going to die and come maybe seconds. I think we finished ahead of Smith. Planet sprinting very well at this race so far, it must be said. So Mollema currently in the virtual GC lead, 4 minutes ahead. Can't really do any pacing with Planet up the rows. Anyhow, we're just going over this short uphill section into the sprint. I think I'm going to try and get the jump on them again with Planet. Let's try it right here into the downhill section. Can we take the points? I don't think so. Dion Smith takes first place. Second place for Charles Planet though. And I think his day in the break could be done because I want to make sure Bauke Mollema doesn't have a chance at the Oka jersey today. So Planet now back in the peloton. I've got him pacing with Rivera on 75. Gap currently 3.5 minutes. We should comfortably be able to bring them in before the corkscrew climb. Just want to make sure by bringing both Planet and Rivera back to relay on the front. So we're definitely not panicking, but 22k to go. I'm pacing 95 on the front with Rivera and Planet. The Dagnu doing the same because the breakaway still have almost 3 minutes. We're back in the virtual lead of the GC. Smith at 3 minutes as well. Big mistake letting Planet go in the breakaway, that is for sure. These guys need to go up to 99. Come on, we need to try and pace them in before the climb. So we have 12k to go in the stage. Luckily, no FDJ riders up in today's breakaway, and that means they're happy to work. We are now coming into the corkscrew climb, and they have a 2-minute lead. So we are protecting the jersey pretty well at the moment. Genier can go up to 93, I think, for the start of this climb. Gibbons, maybe we can just follow someone like Shackman or just take position on 95. Genier doing a good job at the moment. It's just important to try and stay here with Foss, of course. Use the final few energy gels. Sagan is now attacking, trying to join the breakaway. Let's just try and keep a steady rhythm here. You can see up in the breakaway, I'm expecting to see Mollema at the front, but no, it's Smith attacking the rest of the guys. Mollema looks like he's going to go now. Genier looks pretty done. De Boz, try and go on 95. Let's try and close this as much as possible on this climb for Tobias Foss. Thomas and Gibbons are still in this group, it would seem. They can pace on 90. De Bod just gone 90 now. Let's try and close the gap as much as possible to the riders at the front here. So it's a bit of a messy performance by us today, but you can see at the front of the race, Bauke Mollema has attacked the rest of the breakaway. He's going to take stage victory today. He can celebrate across the line, and in second and third it will be Smith and Hugo Hull. Kreuziger is there as well. De Bod go up to 99. We're 2 minutes down at the moment. We're allowing Mollema back into the GC battle. It's not ideal, but I think we should stay in the Oka jersey. So Bauke Mollema takes stage 4 of the Santos Tour Down Under. In the end, they held about a 2-minute lead on the peloton. And to be fair, that does mean he's still 18th and 1 minute and 5 seconds down in the GC. Still further down than our other main rivals. Tobias Foss, safe in the Oka jersey. Moving on then, stage 5, and it's the penultimate stage of the race. Pretty flat this time around, definitely one for the sprinters, and that is seen with Caleb Ewan, Gaviria and Ackerman, the 3 favourites. Would be great to get another top 5 with Ryan Gibbons, but again, main priority is getting Tobias Foss to the line in the front group. So no more risks will be taken in this race. Foss, a +3 day in the Ochre jersey. We are riding for him, and we've got Plane and Rivera who are going to pace on 65 the entire day to make sure no one gets away too far ahead in the breakaway. 30k to go in the stage, and it's Viviani's brother pacing on the front. Just 1 minute up to the breakaway. We can be safe in that Ochre jersey, assuming no punctures or crashes for Foss. I think we can try and turn our attention to Gibbons in a potential sprint now. So then 11k to go in this one. The breakaway about to be caught. Izagirre and Stannard trying one final attack. Rivera can maybe push the pace to 85 into the final 10k. Foss looking very good. Maybe we can try and take someone's wheel. I think we're fine though. We can use his energy gel. 9k to go. Izagirre with a last ditch attack is looking pretty good, but 30 seconds with 8k to go. I think we can still bring him in. Rivera up to 90. Let's try and do that right now. So 6k to go. Foss can pace on 85. Rivera can slowly go up to 99. We can use our final energy gels. The breakaway have been caught, as you see. Genier up to 99. Gibbons on a +2 day. Could this be his day for the victory? Maybe gone slightly early, but it's a slightly downhill finish, as you can see. 2.5k to go for Genier. We're going to sprint. Thomas trying to put Gibbons in a good position. We can maybe take someone's wheel. Let's try and follow Jakobsen maybe. We're in a very good position following Thomas. Sprint with everyone. Ryan Gibbons going for the line. It's very, very close. But Fernando Gaviria gets the win. Gibbons, a fantastic second place in a fantastic lead out. Colbrelli third, and Tobias Foss finishing in the front group. My word, Ryan Gibbons so close to our second stage victory of the race, denied by the talented Colombian Fernando Gaviria, but I think we have to take that place on the podium when you consider the sprint quality at this race. Of course, Foss down in 30th, but still in the Ochre jersey going on to Willunga Hill. Right then guys, one more stage to hold on to the Ochre jersey with Tobias Foss, but it is the big one, Willunga Hill. 2 ascents of Willunga Hill, as you can see. Valverde, Schachmann and Formulo are the 3 favourites. We'll be doing everything we can to hold on to the win with Tobias Foss. So similarly to yesterday's stage, we're just going to keep everyone in the peloton, resist the urge with Charles Plane, make sure Foss isn't at risk of losing the jersey to anyone in the breakaway. If we take a look at the current GC, it's basically sprinters on our tails. I think Michael Matthews and Sagan are the 2 most dangerous riders to us, because Velens and Valverde, Gaudu, this group at 52 seconds, I think are potentially too far back. So I'm looking at Michael Matthews and Sagan as our main rivals. So you will notice we're pacing pretty hard at the moment with Brandon Rivera, as more attacks taking place. Valgren, Van Baarle, Benoot attacking, and that is because Rigoberto Urán up the road at 4 minutes and Tony Gallopin up the road at 1 minute and 40 seconds. Really not too happy with Gallopin in today's breakaway, I must be honest. So I'm not quite sure what to do. I think we will let him go, but we do want to keep that lead very close, within 2 minutes ideally. So we've just crossed the first intermediate sprint, so they do get a few bonus seconds in the breakaway. You can see they're looking very tired though. Don't think we've given them much of a chance today, and to be fair, quite a lot of teams have been relaying here. So the main man, Charles Plane, has done an absolutely stellar job on the front. As the main man, Blackwar, would say, you can see the guys in the breakaway are pretty much done. We have given them no chance today. Absolutely perfect. Let's make sure we stay to the front of this group as we enter Willunga Hill for the first time. No issues at all on the first ascent of Willunga Hill as we cross the finish line for the first time. 22k to go until we cross it for the final time. Foss looks pretty good. Aru on the front and no breakaway remains ahead. So you can see the whole AG2R team have waited for Gallopin, who's in this group. Pretty crazy. I think he's done. They may as well left Cosnefroy or at least someone in that front group. 106 riders at the front, as you see. Plane can now rest. He is done for the day. We've got a few riders pacing on the front, as you see. Genets can just kind of take position to the front with 11k to go, with Thomas pacing. So 6k to go in this edition of the Santos Tour Down Under. Let's take position to the front with DeBod. Actually, let's pace on 75 as our teammate Benjamin Thomas comes to the front. We can use everyone's energy gels, I think, with 4.5k to go. DeBod up to 85, making sure we're staying to the front. Thomas, he can rest for the remainder of the race. DeBod straight up to 92, please. Let's try and stay right towards the front of this group. Gibbons can try and stay on Foss's wheel. If he can try and sprint for victory, but we're controlling things very, very nicely, as you see at the moment. Not sure if they're going to try and go for Ewan, or we'll see some attacks from the climbers. None just yet, with just 2k to go. Van Baarle coming to the front. Same with Van Aert. DeBod can go up to 95 because Tobias Foss looking very, very strong indeed. We can just rest with DeBod. Genietz can go to 85. I think that should be fine. Gibbons perhaps slightly too steep for him, as we see the main punchers coming to the front now. Foss can maybe grab David Godou's wheel. We can sprint with everyone, try and stay to the front. And today will be for Formula, will it? Tobias Foss coming very close to the win. But I do believe Davide Formula will take the victory. It's very, very close between Tim Wellens and Formula. Formula takes it, Wellens second, and Tobias Foss rounds out a fantastic Tour Down Under with a third place on Willunga Hill. My word, guys, I can't quite believe how well this race has gone for us. Formula takes the win on the final stage, but we don't care at all because Tobias Foss is on the podium, on the stage, and atop the podium in the GC. In the end, 8 seconds ahead of Tunison, Ackerman and Ewan. No real gaps on Willunga Hill. Very, very strange indeed, it must be said. We don't mind at all though. Tobias Foss wins the first World Tour race of the season. And to cap it off, Ryan Gibbons takes the sprint jersey, 1 point ahead of Mike Tunison. You absolutely love to see it. Plane was tied first in the KOM competition in the end. Could have taken that for a clean sweep. Bit of a shame there. Of course, Foss wins the Young Riders as well, and we come third in the team classification. I can get used to seeing this, that is for sure. Tobias Foss and Ryan Gibbons both in the top 3 of the Super Prestige standings. In the team classification, we are atop the standings as well, with 564 points ahead of Lotto and Bora. What a start to the season. And I'll be honest here, the race was very, very strange in the sense that the sprinters took time on stage 2. Very, very strange. Of course, we were denied the ochre jersey with Plane after that stage. And then we were allowed to gain 42 seconds on stage 3, which can't really see happening. I don't know why they allowed us to build up such a lead. I guess they were slow to work out who was going to relay and bring us in. But to be fair, we don't mind. We are the champions of the Tour Down Under. But anyhow, guys, looking ahead to the next episode, that will of course be taking place on Blackwar's channel. So make sure you're subscribed there to see that video when it comes out. I believe it will be 2 days from when this was uploaded. Anyhow, he'll be riding the Colombian and the South African national champs, in addition to the Cadel Evans Great Ocean Road Race. And looking slightly further ahead, of course, following that, we will be back to Benji's channel for the UAE Tour. Then back to me for Omloop and a few classics. But anyhow, guys, as we take a look at the man of the moment, do drop a like on the video today if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to my channel if you're new, and make sure you're subbed to Blackwar to watch the next episodes. And yeah, that's all from me. Cheers, guys.